fresh and alternative OS that connects everything. This installment brings you Watch Face Part 1. Obviously, today we'll be creating our own native watch face, and this is the first of 2 parts. This will cover creating a watch project using a template, running it in the emulator, and adding the images for our customized watch. Open up the Tizen Studio so we can start. Create a new Tizen project. Choose Template, then Wearable, then the Watch template. I'll simply name it Native Watch App, and then click Finish. Since this is already a working app, let's try running it in the emulator, because launching watch apps is different from other apps. From the Connection Explorer, open the Emulator Manager. Click Create and expand the drop-down list for the wearable. Make sure to select the circular one, click Next, Next, then Finish. Launch the emulator. Then run the watch face app. When the console says it's already installed, note that it says here that this doesn't launch the app. We have to do it manually. Go back to the emulator and go to Settings by swiping up from the home screen. In the clock settings, choose the last app. Then check it out with the power button. Now that we know the sample app is working, it's time to take it apart. In the project's Res folder, create a folder named Images. This is where we'll be placing our own set of images for the watch face. Let me just drag this here, and we're on to the code. Open the watch.c file and delete the parts of the createBaseGUI function we won't be needing. This includes the watch time variable, the entire part of the label just right up to showing the window. Since we'll be adding images from here on to complete the watch, it will be better to store the path of the Res folder in a variable. Obtain this with the app-get-resource-path function. For the first image, we'll add the background. Instantiate an EVAS object pointer and set it to null. Store the exact path of the image using the resource path, adding in the images folder and the file name bg.png. Create a background with elm-bg-add and set it to the file path of the image. Move it to the center. Resize it to fit the whole screen. And show the image. Now that the background image is set up, every image added from here on will be added to it. Let's first add up the weekday frame. Like we did in the background image, instantiate a pointer to an EVAS object called weekday frame and a character array for the exact path of the image dayofweekframe.png. Add a new image to BG object, and the resulting EVAS object will be assigned to the weekday frame, so it won't be null at this point. Use the Elm image fileset function to use weekday frame path as the image's source. Move the object to the right position. resize it, and make it visible with the move, resize, and show functions. We'll do the exact same thing to the succeeding images. This is for the weekday, moon frame, moon, center image, our hand, minute hand, and second hand. With all that on the screen, it's time to launch it on the emulator and see what we've got. And that was watch phase part 1. Part 2 will cover how to make the elements of this watch move. For more information on the Tizen OS, go to the links found on the description below.